How would you describe the market now in one word?
Unpredictable. I don't take everyone out on viewings because there is a lot of noise in the market. It is a buyer's market at the moment. There's an excess supply of stock and there's not enough demand to meet that stock. I had a really dead period in the spring and a boom in summer.
If somebody wanted to get into the estate agency world now, what advice would you have for them? And we're back for another episode of the PBK podcast. Now, this one feels different. We're working on the weekends. I got my calendar messed up. Do you know the difference between like an Outlook and a Google Calendar? One starts on a Sunday and one starts on a Monday. Now, I thought this whole time today I was recording on a Monday, but we're here on a Sunday. We're working on the weekends like usual, but I'm joined by another amazing guest. Daniel, how you doing?
I'm all right. A little bit nervous, but I'm okay.
Nah, I can tell. Relax. Shake them arms. Shake them arms. Loosen up. Relax. You're good. You're in safe hands. Yes. I always tell people, by the way, if you're thinking about coming on a podcast or you're thinking about doing things on social media, just remember, like, if you're authentically yourself, nobody can tell your story better than you can.
That's right.
It's a 45-minute chat, potentially around that sort of point, that we're just going to be talking about what you've been doing. And ultimately, you've got to understand that there's so many people that would love to be in your position and that want to learn from you. So it doesn't matter where you are on your journey, there's going to be somebody that can benefit. So if you get nervous, just think, actually, I'm doing this for somebody else. You're doing this for the greater good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
For sure.
So you're feeling confident now, yeah?
I'm okay.
Okay. Not confident, but okay. So you are a qualified London-based real estate agent,
Yes.
the creator behind The Wharf Agent.
Yes.
And you also went on to earn a RICS-accredited degree in property development and planning.
Yes.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff already. That's a lot of stuff. So tell me, why property for you?
I've been obsessed with property since I was a teenager. When I was 14, I went to Ghana. That's where my parents are from. And they were building a house.
What's your last name?
Ashford-Quaye. Danielle Ashford-Quaye. Yeah, we've been colonized, I'll be honest.
I'm not hearing that, yeah. But you know what? Ghanaians do have more English sound. But even the Quay, give me some Ghanaian spin on the Quay.
Quay.
Yeah, that was a little bit quick. Yeah. You got it. Okay. So you went to Ghana at sort of how old?
Yes, I was 14.
Okay.
Went back to Ghana. My parents were building a house, and I just found the process so cool. It was like, what is this? I want to know more. I was asking the builders so many questions. But being a teenager, coming back to secondary school and also going through college, there was no option to learn more about property.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know more. I knew that this is something that I wanted to explore long term. So as soon as I was able, when I turned 18, I went off to university to study property development and planning.
That's cool.
So this is talking about sustainability and the whole development process from sourcing the land to feasibility to sustainability and costing it and then negotiating and so on. So I spent 4 years in Nottingham, moved away from home. And then after my degree, I graduated during COVID, but I decided I didn't want to go straight into property development or planning because I had a natural love for face-to-face customer service. I'd been working in retail since I was 16. So, I went for a role in residential sales and I just never looked back. It's everyone thinks when you're buying a property, it's quite straightforward, but I spend 4 to 5 months dealing with buyer and seller, solicitor, all different parties involved. And that's a process that I fell in love with. And I was like, yeah, this is for me.
Yeah, see, look, this is the type of agent that you need. Because let me tell you something. That public treaty is not the part of the process that I like. That the sales can fall out of bed and there's so much stress and so many moving parts. But if we take it back to some of the stuff you said earlier, do you think like property as a whole should be taught earlier in the curriculum?
100%. 100%. Financial planning needs to be taught from a young age. Why are we not teaching people in schools asset growth? Why is that not part of our curriculum? I'm not going to lie, I have very strong views on the education system and I think there's a lot to be done. I think the way that the education system is designed is to produce employees, I'll be honest, rather than to cultivate a growth mindset and entrepreneurial mindset. So I think if things like asset management, financial planning, property as a vehicle of wealth as well is taught in schools, I definitely think the generation will look so different.
Yeah, 'cause I think historically, when you look at like kind of, I guess, colonial UK, like the idea was to create loads of different cogs, people that can just go out and fit into the system.
Right.
And then if everybody knows ABC, everybody knows their 2 times tables, they could just go there and just do this.
Do it themselves.
As opposed to actually create something independently. And it's weird that, like, you know, there's things that historically, again, I might be sharing my age here again, but like, so we had like stuff like home ec, which was like, which basically was like kind of cooking, like was like a class that yeah, I know. See, this I'm showing my age. Don't worry, don't judge. But that was a thing. But it was more the idea behind it, I guess, was a general skill set that you're going to need in life, right? To get on, rather than to be like, okay, we don't want to have a generation living off takeaways and whatever. Let's teach you the basics of actually being able to buy some ingredients and cook some food.
Right.
Because unfortunately, not everything is taught at home.
Yeah.
Particularly with now the kind of demise of, you know, a single working parent household. There's less time that parents now actually have to spend time with their children educating. So the school system needs to prop that up, I guess.
Exactly.
But I think it would be good if you had like a sort of like a life skills element.
Yeah.
Like even if it wasn't graded.
Yeah.
Just like a life skills element of the curriculum.
I don't know the last time I used Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah. People always be. Do you know the thing is? Yeah. Can I be honest?
Go on, tell me.
Like, so I know people always diss like Pythagoras theorem and trigonometry, but when it comes up on like my algorithm and I can work out the random angle of a triangle, I'm always buzzing. Like I'm like, yeah. But also I think maths kind of, where I'm dyslexic, maths kind of got me through. Like, so even in my degree, like doing economics, the maths element and the quants is what allowed me to thrive. But yeah, I think there is definitely, for most people, there's probably a lot more valuable lessons we could learn in school beyond, as you mentioned, like big up Pythagoras though, but beyond his theorem, I think there's other things that would have been more beneficial. Okay, so you touched on the fact that like you liked property from an early age.
Yeah.
And it's something I hear really like commonly, like people are like, oh, I just love property.
Yeah.
But I like football in my head. I think I wanted to be a wrestler. Like, but there's some like, did you like property from the idea of it's creative, or did you like property from the idea of it was an asset, or from you could make money from it? What was it about property that you liked?
A few different things.
I
want to play real life Monopoly. That's the plan.
Are you good at Monopoly?
I'm good at Monopoly.
I feel like we got to do a property people Monopoly day.
We're gonna have to do that.
Yeah, because everybody says, "Oh, I'm good at Monopoly."
It's creative. I think the ideas and things that you can do with property is endless. So I like that side. I like the luxurious side. I like turning something that's very basic into a home uber luxury as well. I like that element of it. I like getting dressed up, glam. Every day when I'm going to the office, I like dressing up for work.
You're making me feel bad now.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. But yeah, I like the lifestyle that comes with property, and I like the fact that it's a vehicle for building generational wealth.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so he's always interested in property. And actually, unlike a lot of people that go into particularly the residential sales route, like a lot of people go straight, like might even skip college. Like obviously now I think you have to stay in college until you're 18, but like would just go straight from 16 to Saturday role, local estate agent. But you actually went down the full university route.
Yeah.
What was your degree again, sorry?
Property development and planning.
Okay. What A-levels did you do to sort of set you up for that?
I did economics, drama, philosophy, theology.
That's a real mixed bag, isn't it?
Yeah, it was completely
Well, no,
mixed.
actually, it's quite a lot of social science.
Yeah,
and
then when I did my A-levels, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
But I feel like for what you've gone into, that's actually a really good bag. Like, because Don't you think? Like, let me explain why. Let me break
I
it
guess
down.
so. Go on, tell
Because
me.
economics,
Yeah.
to understand the conversations about
I
money,
definitely I use
supply
it
and
now.
demand, like next best opportunity, foregone, drama, because everything is very performative,
and
confidence, being able to just turn up,
Right.
and when you're not feeling it, still put on a good face.
Right.
I guess philosophy, because the understanding of people,
Yeah.
and like mindset. And what was the last one?
Theology.
What does theology entail?
Religion.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So, just I guess more really understanding
Spiritual
people's
side.
spiritual and drive, and
Yeah.
also just staying grounded.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
overall, I think it's a good bag for where you've gone. I don't know
Do you
if
know what? You might have told me.
sold you on your own
You
career.
told me on my own career.
Yeah, no, because I think a lot of the time,
At the time, I didn't know what I was doing.
and so you do what you enjoy.
Yeah, I did what I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now
Now you're
making me
seeing,
feel like
but sometimes
it's
a little
life.
method in the madness.
Yeah,
Okay. Where were you working? You said you were working from 16 in retail. Where did you work?
River Island. Oh, I slaved for that company
Hey,
for
let
7 years.
me not lie though. You see, if you go on my Instagram, go and see. I had a little grey suit number. No, grey, where I went to Joel's wedding. It was like a beige suit.
Yeah,
Last minute, had no clothes.
Yeah.
Went into River Island in
River
Croydon.
Island.
Mad 70% off. Got a whole top to bottom outfit
Nice.
with the shoes, £100. So I'm never gonna fault it. Even though they might have been, doing you in on a slave labor, but yeah, okay. And for, I guess, one thing I see recently, like when I listen to LBC or I'm just listening to stuff, like a lot of the things people talk about is that the Gen Zs don't wanna work hard. They just wanna.
Jessies don't want to work hard.
That's what they be saying.
Is that what they're saying?
Not me. It's them over there. They were saying that.
Do you know what I think? I think we're grinders.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
You don't think you're TikTokers?
Hey,
Hey, I'm just asking.
A bit of both.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's a circle that I'm in because the Gen Zs that I'm seeing that are coming out now, they're thinking outside of the box
Yeah.
and they're going for what they want, and they're not restricting themselves to just working for someone. You know, they're being creative and they're grinders. I don't know.
I think do you know, the sentiment was more not that they don't want to work, don't want to grind.
Okay.
They don't want to work, I guess. So see with you, whereas you still said, no, I'm still happy to go and take my retail job, kind of pay my dues.
Yeah.
I guess they were saying they're finding it hard to fill roles because Gen Z's look at it, go to the office. It's not remote.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm not doing that one.
But I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think that's good because we should be able to see beyond working for someone else. At the end of the day, you work so that you can earn money, so that you can fund your lifestyle. And for me, it's time. I want the freedom of time. That's why I do what I do, so that I can have enough, so that I can be flexible and go wherever I want and do the things that I love. So I think for Gen Zs, maybe they want to skip the office or the 9 to 5 because they're thinking of that end goal of freedom with time.
Like if you can
Which
get
is
there,
fine.
if you can get there, it's great. I think it's just, this is an interesting conversation and it'll be good to see what some of you guys think. Do you think Gen Zs are the hard workers, or do you think it was the millennials or the boomers that were the hard workers? I don't know what category I fall into. I'm
on the cusp of Gen Z.
on the cusp of what?
Yeah, I'm 98.
98. So
I
wait, what?
just made it into Gen Z.
Otherwise, what would you have been?
I would have been I don't even know what the next one is.
You're Gen X.
It had,
Ooh, I don't even know them.
Yeah,
they don't even
no,
come
no.
in. They don't even come on my For You page. Because I'm a definite millennial.
no, sorry, between millennial and Gen Z.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Fairs. Okay, so you've paid your dues in River Island. You've done A levels. You've now gone to university.
Yes.
How beneficial do you think your degree in, property development was to your career now?
In agency. I think it gives me a hidden advantage that I use with my clients. So I can see beyond just buying a house. I can see the long-term vision. And I think that's rooted in my degree, sustainability, development, planning applications. I look at property more long-term for my clients, and I think that's given me a hidden advantage. I don't think that's what most agents do. I can't say that my degree directly feeds into the work that I do day in, day out, but I use it wherever I can. I remember I had a buyer that offered on a property, and there was a development, there was a planning application put forward nearby that had been approved, and I was able to look at it in detail for him, and look at the site plan and how that would affect the property that he's buying. But that could only come from my degree background.
Because I always felt like, yeah, it's definitely like my friends, you know, shout out Rowan from Featherstone Homes and a load of other people that have actually got like a professional qualification. I think it just gives you a lot more confidence, because ultimately when you're talking to property developers, investors, a lot of the time you're talking to people that have done pretty well for themselves. They're spending a lot of money. So they're used to being surrounded by educated, informed people that add value to the decision-making process. And I think if you can do that as an agent, they're a lot more likely to have confidence in you. Yeah,
it's definitely the added value element, because I think, to be honest, agency can be underrated in some ways. But when you can add value, when they can see what you bring to the table, that puts you, I'd say, a bit more above the rest, then they'll definitely go with you.
What did your estate agency, like, what in terms of like the interview process, what did they want from a good agent? Like what skills were they looking for?
Customer service.
Yeah.
Property is a people business. And that's why I didn't want to go straight into the back end, because I loved customer service. I deal with everyone from your buyers, first-time buyers that are looking for their first home. I deal with, obviously, investors, first-time investors, seasoned investors, high net worth individuals, all different types of people. And it's the time that I spend with them, getting them through the process. It's not just selling them something. I'm negotiating with them. Sometimes I'm holding their hand. Sometimes I'm a therapist. Sometimes I have to be empathetic. There's so many different things that go into it. So mainly customer service. Then they're looking for drive, but also someone that is willing to weather the storm. Someone that has, because in agency, I can agree a deal. I could be going through the transaction for 5 months or so, and then it can fall out of bed, and the property goes back on the market, and we have to start again. So when those setbacks happen, they need to see that you'd be willing to weather that storm and move forward, rather than rather than just give up and say this is not for me. So yeah.
If somebody wanted to get into the estate agency world now, like, what advice would you have for them? Like, how should they prepare themselves for it?
Research the company that you're going for. Be yourself in the interview process. Be conversational. Be personable. Problem solving. You need to know how to problem solve, and if you can showcase that through your experience, that will help you shine in the interview process. Also, think beyond just agency. So think long term, what you're going to bring to your clients long term in property as well.
Like, 'cause I think like there's a massive, when the market's booming, estate agents are less important, because like the houses sell themselves.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're in a market where it's like, like to a degree, you put it on the portal, you have an open house on a Saturday, you have 10 people come, you have 5 offers, you could just open the door and stand at the door on your phone.
Do you know what, Kaz? I've never experienced a booming market.
Yeah.
The whole time I've been in agency is...
So you haven't, you've not been able to be lazy.
I haven't.
Let me explain. You see, in the peak, in the prime, like, so if we talk about like, there's been different bits, but like Help to Buy, for example, for developments. That Help to Buy, for those that are not familiar, was a government incentive where the government would pay towards a deposit of a first-time buyer for a new build or a conversion scheme. But because there was a limited amount of these properties, and it helped people get on the property ladder, when they came up, like, people were biting your hand off for them. So estate agents, like, they would literally, this would be the estate agents. This would be the estate agents selling the house. Key in the door. Right, you got 5 minutes. Somebody else will be here in 5 minutes. Look around. Like, here's the offer for, make your offer. I need it by the end of the day. That was how estate agents were moving, like, real life gangsters. Like
Okay.
they were on a talk to me nice. If you want this house, be polite to me. Like, and so you've seen it obviously on the other side.
I've seen it. I've seen it on the other side. I have my hot buyers list. If you're those are the people that I focus on doing business with. I don't take everyone out on viewings because there is a lot of noise in the market. It is a buyer's market at the moment. There's an excess supply of stock and there's not enough demand to meet that stock. So I have to be strategic in the way that I do agency. And again, going back to the point of I'm spending the next 5 months with these people.
Yeah.
That is it's a long time. So again, agency isn't just that doing the viewing and agreeing the offer. It's taking them through the whole sales progression process. And I'm heavily involved. I'm even dealing with I'm dealing with an onward purchase in Manchester. Why am I doing the work on that deal?
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid for that. But that's how
indirectly you are though. Because
Yeah,
if that one falls out,
exactly.
your one falls out.
Exactly. But that agent's not doing anything. So I guess it just depends on how people work and their mindsets. But I always try and go above and beyond for my clients. So yeah, I've never experienced a booming market.
How would you describe the market now in one word?
Unpredictable.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable. We've got the budget looming. Can't wait for that to be out of the way because I've got a lot of clients that are sitting on their hands at the moment, not knowing what to do. Agency has completely turned on its head this year. Normally in the spring months is the busiest time for agency and summer is quiet. I had a really dead period in the spring and a boom in summer. So most of the people that I was viewing with, let's say I viewed with them 3-4 weeks before they even came back to offer because they can go and look at everything and anything
And know it's
else,
still going to be there.
and it was still going to be there. So yeah, agency has turned on its head this year. It's unpredictable.
Yes, that is tough. Do you think there is, off the back of that saying, normally spring's a good time to sell?
No, it depends on your motivations. I think the market is always going to be the market. What are your motivations and your goals? What do you need to get out of the market? We can't control it. We can't control what the government's going to say in the next week or so, and what legislation they're going to change or policies they're going to put into place. We have no control of it. The question that I'm saying to my clients is, what is your long-term goal? If you're in a position where you just want to cut your losses, for example, then sell now and move on. But you are going to take the hit. But if you're purchasing now, you know that you're going to offset the money that you've lost on your sell, on your onward purchase. So again, it comes down to what are your goals and motivations in the market.
I think that's great advice. For me, like I always say, when people say when's the best time to sell, I say sell now. Because like exactly as you just said, you don't know where the market's going to be. You have associated costs from holding the asset. And when people are like, oh, go on in like the summer because the garden's going to look, so you're going to sit on the property for 6 months.
Yeah.
Even if you stuck it on Airbnb, maybe you've just refurbished a property. Now it's gone from a brand new property to one that's a bit tired and needs a bit of a tidy up because you've had tenants in it. So I think there is, particularly now, there's no guarantees in the market. And there's that saying, like a bird in your hand is worth 2 in the sky.
Exactly.
So just take it out the air and get on to the next deal.
Do it.
That's really, really good advice. Do you find like working within the industry, bearing in mind, because how long have you been in the industry for?
I've been in the industry for 4 years.
Okay, so you have been in for a while. I was going to say but you've been through a few different companies.
Yeah, so I started off Felicity J. Lord. I was there for a year.
Yeah.
Then Madison Brook, 2 years there. Then I was headhunted by Knight Frank.
Felicity J. Law phone me. They phone me all the time, you know.
Oh,
See, once you register with them once, they'll phone me. You got anything to let? You got anything to sell? You get the random call from like the call center in like Birmingham or something like that. And just like, but yeah, they're aggressive. They call me regularly. Between different types of agencies, like culturally wise, like, do you think there's some that are a better fit for different people? Or do you just think like there's actually some agencies that you just find are better overall?
I'm going to be biased.
Yeah.
Yeah, Knight Frank, it doesn't get better.
It doesn't get better, yeah?
I don't think so.
Why?
the level of experience, the access, even just the caliber of clients as well, is different. And in terms of the training,
it's comprehensive, the training.
Yeah, it's different. Being an agent where I am now versus where I was before, life has changed.
Yeah. Okay, so there's actually they give you a lot more tools to deliver.
Oh yeah.
That's good. Because now, friend, they deal with some really high value properties. Like I remember, like I had one like flat over in Fulham, and it was like a nice flat. I think it was like nice 2-bed flat, 700K. And the guy came out and he was mad. He said, "Oh, like like don't get me wrong. He's like he's proper. Like the guy was cool. He's like it's nice, but it's just not really our thing."
Okay.
Like he was like, yeah, like we could sell it, but we just don't. It's not our buyer pool.
Yeah.
Like our stuff is £1 million up. Like, and I said, ooh.
Yeah.
So don't worry, I got a house coming on soon. I'll let you know. But I respected the honesty.
Yeah.
Because, when someone's like, oh yeah, we just want it, like a bit desperate, you're like, you just take on anything and without any specialization.
Yeah. Well, I can be a bit more selective with the business that I do with where I am now.
No, definitely. So you spoke about it sometimes can take, obviously, I think they say on average, a transaction is taking 11 to 12 weeks at the moment, but sometimes it can be taking 16, 24 weeks.
This is for leaseholds predominantly.
Yeah, because the freeholds, there's obviously less you can do. You can do some indemnity and stuff like that. But what would you say is the average time for you for a transaction?
Average time for me is about 3 months. And that's because I'm relentless in the sales progression process. I chase everyone.
Yeah. We need people like you.
I chase everyone.
We need people like you, because it is like the selling on the open market, people are not really tied in.
Exactly.
If you could change something in a way that,
that's exactly what I would change.
What would you change?
Oh my word, I want exchange in 2 weeks.
You want exchange. But then obviously, like you said, for leasehold properties where you've got to wait for searches to come back, you've got to wait for management packs to come back, you've got to make sure there's no major works.
Yeah, I think deposits with resale property, that would shut out all the noise, because you get buyers that they're not really committed, and because they have the option to pull out, then they'll just run with it until it no longer suits them.
Yeah.
Whereas if there was a deposit in place, like say, when you're purchasing via auction, hammer goes down, you're legally bound to complete, then I think
that's what I think. I think even if you look at, like, say purchase prices, right? Like in London, they say I think the average property price is now like just under 500, it's like 400 and something thousand. But for argument's sake, say 500,000. Imagine you had to pay even like a 0.5% as just a non-refundable deposit on offer, like subject to certain terms. I think it would make the process a lot smoother.
It will.
Because basically what that would mean is you could then say, right, look, pay 1% or 0.5% on offer. You've now got exclusivity in the deal for whatever period of time you agree. It could be 12 weeks. If you don't, you can still complete, but we also have the opportunity to go back to market. And I think something does have to pivot, because it goes both ways. Like sometimes buyers can drag the process out and then just pull out of the deal. But likewise, sometimes vendors can also randomly get a higher offer.
Exactly.
And a buyer's committed their time. They maybe gave notice on their rental property. They spent money on searches, surveys, legal fees, undertakings with the solicitors.
Yeah, it needs to work both ways.
Yeah. I do think there is. If someone's listening, you're doing the budget, can you just do something? Always just dissing the property developers. No one wants to give us a little something back. But even not for just developers, just for homeowners.
Yeah.
Because it is off-putting, the idea that I've had friends that have been trying to buy a property, that have been trying to buy a property. One of my friends, you know who you are, sir. He's been telling me he's going to buy a property for the last 18 months. He had one transaction that took 11 months because it was a divorce that finally fell through. Another one that he offered on, and then it fell out of bed, and it can be a bit demotivating.
It is. It can be.
How do you stay motivated during a transaction?
Do you know what? Every fall through, I know that it's going to be a better and a quicker sell. So I'm used to it. I say for every 5 deals, 1 falls through. So I'm prepared, and I don't dwell on it. if a transaction falls through, my aim is sell that one next, because I can do it in 2 months instead of 4 months, because now we've got all of the paperwork. So I always look at the setback as a comeback, really.
Yeah, I think as well from a developer standpoint and just from somebody who's selling, I think we have to be better prepared.
Yeah.
In terms of if you're selling a leasehold property, request a management pack in advance. Potentially even just pay for the searches and give them almost give them like a auction style legal pack of like, here is everything.
Yeah.
Raise your inquiries and come back to us.
Exactly.
I think
agree.
if we did that more, we'd probably have less complaints when it comes to our agents, because they know exactly what's missing,
right,
and what is and isn't there.
Right.
Do you invest in property yourself?
I do.
Okay, you do.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
So I bought my first property in London, and I actually did it via a creative strategy called a concessionary purchase. So essentially, I bought a property from a family member who was coming to the end of their mortgage term, and I used the equity inside the property as the deposit. So it lowered my barriers to entry completely. It made it so that I was able to buy a property in London. As you know, the prices are extremely, extremely high. And now I have my first asset in London. The plan is I've got planning permission on the property. I'm in the middle of doing a renovation. And then with the uplift, I'm going to refinance it, pull the money back out, and then split it with myself and the family member, and then go again for the next one.
Okay, nice. So it's kind of a win-win. So the concessionary element, because they're a family member, they were effectively allowed to gift you the deposit.
Yes.
Which meant that you didn't have to go through the process of saving up a massive amount. We just spoke about average property prices are sort of 450K.
Yeah.
Even at a 10% deposit, you're looking 45,000.
Exactly.
You then got planning. What type of planning did you get?
So I've got planning permission to do a extension for first floor extension, and then I'm going to be redoing the whole of the downstairs. So first floor extension will add another bedroom and a bathroom, and then downstairs we're going to completely redo the layout to be more effective. So it's to add on more square footage to the property.
Are you prepared for this?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Are you prepared?
Yeah.
No, see,
Yeah.
dealing with builders is a different animal. It's the idea of the corporate customer service world. Let me just email you the outstanding list and expecting it's just going to be done. And you go there, you're like, where is everyone? Why's the doors locked?
No, I'm prepared. I see the long-term vision, so I'm in it. God's in control. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I know He'll do His big one on this.
Okay. When you hoping? Have you started works, or when you hoping to start?
No, so I'm starting next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you got a time frame for how long these works are gonna take?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Have you got a contract in place with the builder?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your contract in place. You got stuff agreed. I'm trying to think of other parts. So you got all your architectural drawings.
Architectural drawings are done. Structural, everything. Yeah.
Building control stuff. About to.
We're ready.
Ready.
We're ready.
Party wall notices.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you got all your moving parts.
Yes.
Okay.
So
and a lot of prep.
I spent majority of the year preparing for next year's renovation.
Okay. So you're going to be multitasking in full effect.
Yes.
That's good. That's good to hear. So talking of multitasking, you also post content online. So we spoke about the Wharf agent. Bearing in mind, obviously, you're in like you said, a massive established estate agency where they effectively give you the clients. Why do you still feel the need to go to socials to build your own like profile effectively?
There's so much that I want to do with socials, but it's mainly relatability. There isn't many people that look like me that do what I do. And I want to open up that space for other people to also go after what they want. The Wharf agent is built firstly for me to take people on my journey of financial freedom, because that is going to happen. And I didn't want to be established first before I take people on that journey with me. Is to educate people on the buying and selling process, on creative investment strategies, which I'm going to be speaking about more and more. But yeah, just to share my experience in property, and then also to motivate people. Mindset Matters is a segment that I have on my page, and essentially I believe that you can do anything as long as you can get past the limitations of your mind. That is all it is. It's something that I also struggle with, so I'm taking people on that journey with me.
I think you was pretending because you come across very confident. You told me that you're feeling anxious and you're shy. I've not seen that, so I'll be honest. I'm thinking you was just, you just wanted extra support. You wanted us to be like, oh no, it's fine. You did really well. But I think you
not at all. I think what most people don't know is that I actually created the Wolf Agent almost 2 years ago. It took me 7 months to post my first post.
Yeah.
It took me another 9 months to even get on camera. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and that was a lot of self-doubt, fear, and fear of the unknown, of as to what people are going to think. But I've had to get past that, and that's all been in here.
Do you think it was more for fear of what strangers would think, or what fear of what people that you already will think?
Both.
It's everyone.
Yeah, everyone. Even the people that I know. Some of them supportive, some of them have a side eye. But it's at the end of the day, people are going to judge regardless of what you do. They're always going to have something to say. But people I'm being true to myself by putting myself out there.
Yeah, people are going to judge you if you're failing. You're better off people judge you for winning.
Yeah, exactly.
So either way it's going to happen. It's this, one of the biggest human conditions is judgment. We do it every time. We see someone, that looks like this. We do it without realizing. Yeah. So you're not gonna reverse the way the world is. Yeah. You just have to accept it, and I guess just kind of just understand that that's just life.
Exactly.
For somebody that's struggling on getting in front of the camera, that maybe wants to make content but just can't get past that mental block, do you have any advice for them?
Watch yourself back.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's hard. Oh my gosh, I hate it, but do it.
Really?
Yeah. Watch yourself back.
Shall I tell you something? We are on probably episode 110. I've never watched a video back.
Really?
I can't stand my voice.
Why?
I listen to it. I'm like,
I can't.
In my head,
I get what you mean.
I think I sound like I should be doing radio ads. Yeah. When I hear it back, all I hear is, yes, I listen to the podcast.
But again, it's a mental block, because once you see that you were able to do it and see how you were able to perform, it's going to help you in the next one.
Do you know my thing?
So you have to watch yourself back.
I'm so personally critical and such a perfectionist that when I watch it, I'm like, I'm like watching it like, whoa. It's like watching a car crash.
Exactly. Get through that cringe.
Yeah. Okay.
You need the more that you do it, the more your body and your mind gets used to the fact that you're on screen and this is the normal. There's no turning back.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good advice. And that's one of the reasons why when people ask me, like, what did you do the podcast for? Sometimes I'm like, listen, this is just like my personal therapy.
Yeah.
I get to sit down with other people in the industry, share the wins, share the losses, share the stress, but share the burden, I guess, of just trying to be a creative or an entrepreneur or a business person overall.
Yeah.
So that's good. So long term, I know you said you've got your current projects, that's your kind of next 12 months.
Yeah.
Refinance. What would you want to do after that?
I'm going again. So the strategy is obviously buy below market value. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir even saying this.
No, listen, I still want to know.
But yeah, buying below market value, has to be in a good location, needs work, and refurb to a good standard, making sure that the end user is there as well, and then go again. So flipping up north is what I'm going to be working on, because obviously barriers to entry are a lot lower in terms of price point, and then long-term investments will be in the south because of capital appreciation.
Good stuff. Okay, we've now got, see my cue cards, professional. This was something I learned though from watching myself back. I was like, sometimes I need to make sure. So now we've got some quick fire questions for you, right? So I don't want long answers. I just wanted to go and get straight into it.
Okay.
The starting point, just Who are you and what do you do?
I am Danielle Ashford-Quaye. I'm a real estate agent, a property professional.
Why did that look like the hardest question I've asked you
know.
today? That one really stumped you. Let's try that again. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Danielle Ashford-Quaye. I'm a realtor. I'm a property professional. I'm a creator. I am a mindset mentor. I am on my way to financial freedom.
Amazing. Now, these ones are quick fire, remember,
Okay.
right? So we're going to ask you 10 questions. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear property deal?
Money.
Yeah, that's fast. We see where you're motivated. Do you agree or disagree that momentum matters more than motivation?
Momentum matters more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Give one piece of advice you wish somebody would have told you earlier in your business journey.
Fell forward.
Fell forward. What do you mean by that?
Fell forward. So just try it, do it, go
Yeah.
for it. And then if you fail, move forward.
Okay. Good stuff. If you could only keep one skill for the rest of your entrepreneurial life, what would it be?
A skill.
Yeah.
A skill.
I feel like we need like the countdown clock.
Negotiation.
Negotiation.
Yeah,
See?
negotiation. I don't even know why that didn't come straight out. I'm a property negotiator. Come on, Danielle.
Yeah. But there's so many things. 'Cause obviously, like you're like a people person,
Yes.
very motivated. There's a lot of things that it could have been.
Negotiation.
This or that. Build to rent or flip to sell.
Flip to sell.
My kind of
biased.
but I feel like
I'm
you said
biased. I
that
don't
because I'm
wanna-
in the building.
No. I'm biased because I don't want to deal with tenants.
Okay, fair. Yeah, listen, the renters' rat tax is
Exactly,
changing a
it's
lot of
coming.
things. What's the best way to stay calm when a deal falls through?
Shake it off.
Just
Shake it off. It happens.
yeah,
It's part of it. It's actually just part of agency.
just part of life. Do you agree or disagree? Market cycles are predictable if you study them.
They are not predictable. I'm so sorry. I don't
Thank you.
believe in it.
Yeah, this whole like, because people keep saying, oh, like it's a 20-year. Listen,
It's not
when is the
predictable.
20 years? Like, if you know that it's going to be tomorrow, why are you not the millionaires?
Exactly.
Okay, got 3 more. If you could choose one city to invest in for the next decade, what city would it be?
Next decade. Accra.
Accra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wealth is moving to Africa.
I hear you.
Yeah.
What is the first thing you do when a new property opportunity lands in your inbox?
I make a call.
Okay. Then the final question, relationships or resources?
Relationships.
Cool. It's good stuff. I think I agree with about 80% of your answers there, so that's good.
What don't you agree with?
No, I need the resources because I need the money.
Okay,
Like, so relationships are good,
Yeah,
but I
true.
feel like the resources allow you to utilize your relationships.
But with your relationships, you can also
get
access
the resource.
money.
But I'm saying,
Joint venture.
but if I've already got the money, I don't need your access.
Okay, cool.
But I hear you though. But both, like, because a great relationship could give you more money than you've ever had.
This is it.
Like, you know.
Pay you in dividends.
Exactly that. Like, I think this has been an amazing chat. If people want to find you, if they want to connect with you, maybe they got something to sell, maybe there's something that they want to buy, or maybe they just want to, you know, just utilize some of your content. How can people get in touch?
I am at the Wolf Agent.
Mm-hmm.
That is WHARF Agent on all socials. My LinkedIn is Danielle Ashford-Quaye. That's where you can find me on LinkedIn. Reach out to me. I'm happy to have a chat. I help people with their CVs. If you're looking to get into the industry, let me know. If you want any advice, let me know. If you just want to speak, I'm also very open about my story. So yeah. be in
Amazing.
touch.
Before I let you go, I just want to remind you of something. And it's not even to tell you to subscribe today because I have faith that you've already done that because it's free. What I want to remind you is that actually putting yourself out there is what creates opportunity. Nobody gets lucky sitting on their sofa. Danielle is here today because she approached me at the UK Black Business Show. Big up Raf for putting that on every year and just told me what she does. off the back of her telling me what she does, I said, you should come on the pod. She was like, oh, but what? I said, just come on. We exchanged socials. 2 weeks later, here we are. So I say all that to say, make sure you get yourself out there. Make sure you connect with people, network with people, tell people what you do. Because if they don't know what you do, how are they going to be able to work with you? That has been another episode of the PBK the PB. It's a Sunday, by the way, so let me breathe. The PBK podcast. We'll be back next week for another amazing episode. Peace.